So training this week, so Monday I ran, I think it was an hour easy that day and did a couple strides. My legs were feeling a little bit tired and a little bit sore from the training I did last Sunday now. That was a pretty big long run for me, pretty fast long run too. And I could definitely feel kind of that tiredness, kind of that metabolic fatigue in my legs, with the long, hard effort. It didn't feel hard in the moment, but it's just the sheer amount of toll it takes on the body. Doing marathon kind of progression long runs is a lot harder than doing an actual normal long run. Even though I may not be on my feet for as long in terms of total time, I'm having to work harder to run faster. So that was probably the best progression long run I've done ever, actually. Yeah. If I was to do that 2 weeks before the marathon, I'd be happy with going into the marathon. But we're quite far out, so in the meantime, I'm going to just be trying to be patient with things and just go from there. So yeah, Monday I felt pretty tired, but we need to get in a few strides just to get on top of the speed after the run. Tuesday did kind of a mini, call it a mini double threshold day. It's not a true double threshold day, but it's kind of a mini double workout day. So I did, I think, 9 miles altogether in the morning, with I think about a couple miles of that being at a steadier effort, approaching like 5:40 per mile pace. And that was just to kind of get a little bit of stimulus there, but not too much. And then in the evening, did 10 times 200 with 100 jog in the max sixes. Then had 2 minutes recovery to get changed into the spikes and did the same thing. Did the same thing there. So altogether 20 by 200 with 100 jog, done in 2 sets. And yeah, it's probably hitting about somewhere between 32 to 34 on those, because that 100-meter jog recovery is pretty short and the 2s are still fairly fast, and so you just have to keep in control of the effort, and you can't go too hard on one rep because then it can come really back to bite you. Okay. So Wednesday was just an hour easy and a 30-minute easy run. Nothing kind of too intense there. Again, trying to recover from Tuesday. I was kind of still feeling probably the fatigue from Sunday and Tuesday's training. So definitely backed off a little bit there. Don't think I did any strides on Wednesday. I probably did a few pickups just because my legs were feeling a bit tired from all those 2s. Now Thursday, I did, trying to remember now. Thursday was in the morning, 6 mile easy run. And I also went to the gym that morning. Actually, I also went to the gym Tuesday evening too. Yeah, so back to Thursday now. So Thursday, gym in the morning, an easy 6 mile easy run. And in the evening, just had a kind of a cut down track session. I think I had, what's that? I think it might be a fox or something. I think it's just the birds. Yeah, I think it's the birds. And then Friday, I did same on Wednesday, an hour easy and 30 minutes easy. Didn't do any strides on Friday. Legs were feeling pretty fatigued then, especially from the gym. Gym too. Didn't go that heavy, but especially with a session like that, it is kind of a VO2 max session. VO2 max slash threshold session. Yeah, my legs were feeling pretty beat up. And then yesterday, Saturday. So Saturday, I ended up going to watch Diamond League, which was an amazing event over and down in London. Really enjoyed watching it. I'm kicking myself actually because I really should have filmed the mile with all the all that happened there. Crazy what happened in that race. 3 people going down within the first 40 meters. Officials not calling the race back. They really should have called it back, and I don't know why they didn't call it back. It just kind of baffles me how they didn't do that. But hey, it is what it is. I could really feel the frustration of all the athletes, especially with that your race is over within not even the first 100 meters. The guys are going down. You know, they ended up running less than even the 60-meter sprinters would do, and even the 60 meters is an indoor event. They ran less than the 100-meter runners. I mean, come on. It's like you see all the athletes, especially the UK athletes, kind of crushing it out there in London. Don't know if I'll be there one day, especially with running at the Diamond League. Especially with me being more endurance-based athlete, and don't think there's going to be any 10Ks happening at the London Diamond League anytime soon. Always good to cheer on the fellow athletes, and some great performances there from the UK athletes too, and all the other athletes there in advance to the Olympics, now only a few weeks away. So yeah, whilst I was at the Diamond League, just before it started in the morning, I got in a 10-mile easy run and some strides. Kind of a really nice place to run around there, around London, going up towards Hackney Marsh. Got in a lot of nice off-road running on the grass to kind of prepare the legs during that run for today's run. So today's run was similar to last week's run on Sunday with the long run progression. However, this time around, this time around was going to focus more on kind of targeting more towards marathon pace earlier on, and trying to make it a little bit more varied too. So instead of it being one long progression, we're going to have split it up. So I ended up doing 3 times 4 miles on around marathon pace. I went mostly by field today, and I had 1 mile easy. So today was the first time I've worn the Alpha Flies since the half marathon for any kind of degree of time. I have used the Alpha Flies occasionally for 1 or 2 double threshold sessions. I haven't kind of worn them on the road in particular since when I raced the half marathon. And yeah, I mean, they were really nice. I've got a few blisters though from the insole, kind of tearing off a little bit on the inside. So I might need to get myself a pair of new racing shoes for the marathon, because I'm feeling the blisters now after doing, around 14 miles in them today, and switched out shoes into the Fresh Foam 1080s, or New Balance 1080s, version 13s, that is, for the warm up and cool down, because Alpha Flies, it could warm up and cool down in them, but they're not a warm up and cool down kind of shoe. I want to save the miles for when they actually count too. But no, back to the session. So for mile splits, they're all between, I think, 5:21 and 5:08, kind of the marathon paced efforts. And then the last 2 miles of the last rep, I kind of picked it up a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell because especially with the last reps, I did it on a 7-mile loop, but I had, especially on the last set, an all uphill kind of into the wind for the first 2 miles of that, or first 2.5 miles or so. So I kind of had to adjust it a little bit. I still split, I think, all of them faster than 5:17, but that's probably like on the flat. Would be more equivalent to maybe a 5:10. So I was feeling that a little bit. But then, yeah, I still said to myself with that last mile is always going to be the quickest mile, as it is for most of us runners when it comes to a workout. And with it being downhill, slight wind behind me, I kind of just said, right, let's just let ourselves go whatever pace we can do. Still, again, maybe 95% effort at that point. Don't want to go 100% all out in training, save that for racing. So yeah, split 4:45 for that last mile of essentially 12 miles of workout, mid long run, and yeah, I was definitely pleased with that. I wish I could have only split that for all 26.2 miles of a long run, or 26.2 miles of a marathon, which I probably look towards doing that someday. I don't know what time that would be, but I can imagine it would be maybe is that 2:05 or something like that? Anyway, I'll probably put the conversion on down here. So that'll probably be the goal in the future. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a good way to end the week. So I ended up doing a little bit less than last week, obviously with some of the sessions, especially midweek, being a little bit less volume altogether. I've ended up doing, I think it's 102 miles this week. So we're still getting a lot of volume in there, and yeah, it's definitely good to get the long run down too.